Welcome, my internet friends and family. We're going to be picking some peas, or at least I may be. Lisa's probably going to be screaming because we threw her out her back. Just see what we get done.
Such is life on our Georgia suburban homestead.
Got to work through. To get rained on.
Yeah, and the thunderstorm and everything, but you got to work through it, right? Maybe not. Okay, pea harvest. We waited kind of long, and some of them are kind of plump, but that's okay. They still taste good. We planted 3 different kinds of peas. Sugar snap, that looks like they've gone to full English pea size. The challenge is seeing them.
Variety there. Let's see, there we go. Kind of thin.
You have any good old farm boy stories having to do with peas?
I think there's something about eating goober peas, but that's a different plant.
That's a peanut.
Show them the purple ones.
Oh, that's an interesting pea. A lot of people will trellis their peas really high up off the ground, but then how do you get them?
Tall people.
Just for tall people, huh?
Yeah. What's the song? Short people have no reason to live or something? Small people.
Here.
Old song.
You remember Weird Al?
Yankovitz?
Yeah.
Brought him up.
Singing that song.
Oh, it was some Australian guy.
Well, maybe for that song, but it made me think of Weird Al. Just about the time you think you're done, more pop up in front of your eyes. Purple's not quite as prolific.
I think we only have one plant.
Misplaced. Got some carrots here and poke salad snuck in. This is the back side of the peas. But we have another bed with peas. Not growing quite so much. It doesn't get quite as much sun. Greens are about done for the season. Time to thin them out so the turnips can actually develop. Really like seeing the carrots. Or are most of the peas on the ground, Daddy?
Over here, the wind must have got them or something, blew all the plants off.
Oh, so we do have good germination and good growth. It's just growing down instead of up.
There.
Let's see if I can do something without screaming with my back. Oh, I don't know. When did we get so good at poke salad?
Don't know.
So far, let me see. Pretty nice haul. So here I am, really not good for much. My back's out. I can barely move. If I go to turn or anything, I spasm. So I sympathetically guard the bounty for poor Charlie, who's having to harvest, but he's already been out just before the rain came and harvested a lot of the raspberries. I'm not sure that we've shown you our raspberries, so I'm going to turn the camera around and see what you think about our little raspberry patch. Now, when we decided to grow berries, we don't do anything halfway, right? We bought early season, mid-season, and late season berries, different varieties. And I had envisioned being able to pick bowls and bowls of raspberries all summer. This is the second year that these 75 raspberry bushes have been in.
Yeah, I think so.
And they are just now really starting to bloom. So let's take a walk through and then we'll wrap the video up showing you the bowl of bounty that we got today. Alhamdulillah. Thanks be to God for sending all this bounty to us. So let's go look at the raspberries. We start here at this end. We've got 1, 2, 3 rows about 30 feet long, where the raspberry plant put in about every 18 inches. We use cattle panel and T-posts that Mr. Arnold Schwarzenegger chest muscles here pounded in one by one. And each cattle panel is 16 feet long. We've got at least 2 end to end. But we tried all sorts of varieties. The pollinators are loving them. Look at all these raspberries coming on. I have developed my favorites. There's a golden raspberry that we have up the hill and on the ends down here. They don't produce as well down here as they do up the hill. But they're sweet like candy, and they'll give us raspberries now, and then they'll sleep a little bit during the hot months. And then when the summer comes on, they'll give us raspberries again until frost. You can't get much better than that. The thing is about having them by the entrance doors, when we have guests come in, after the random plants that I sell. I'm not a nursery business, I'm just a hobbyist. But I sell a fair number of plants. Everyone's begged for a raspberry plant this year. But the people who come in the door snack on the berries as we walk around. And we're able to share, thank God. Look at all those. I got these plants, very healthy, what they call bare root plants, from Norse Farms, and I think they're in New Hampshire or Connecticut. But I don't think Daddy left us any Scottish raspberries today. Did you pick all the Scotties?
Yep.
The Scotties, this might be a Scottie coming here. They basically turn black. And those are my second favorite after the Goldens. Oh.
This is the late season ones here.
This is the early season ones, babe. You're in the spring. Late is October. Look at this.
Well, okay, these are the mid-season.
Are they the mid-season? They're the first to produce.
Well, putting the little ones through. This one's still flowering here.
Mm-hmm.
Those are actually coming in already, so I'll call those early and these mid.
I'm not going to argue. All I know is they're the first berries to come out this year. This is going to be an interesting end. Got to watch your step down here. We've got snakes. So, this is the raspberry patch. Looks like the blackberries are going to give us a bit too. I'm going to come down here and weave what's laying on the ground again. I've already woven raspberries back into the fence. But can you see the blackberries? They're all starting to fruit. That's raspberry. That's a raspberry. No, I'm sorry. I don't know what I'm talking about. That's a blackberry. We have blackberries along this far wall under the pawpaw tree. I'll show you what I spent doing a couple of nights ago before my back went totally bonkers. Eggplant, tomatillo, small corn patch. Behind the corn, we have a Jerusalem artichoke patch. Now, all these flowers here, it's like a giant sunflower. They'll grow up to like 15 feet tall. They'll be way above the fence line and have daisy-like blooms on them. And then you wait for frost to hit and bite that green all the way back to the ground. And you leave the stems so that you can find the tubers, which are like little potatoes. Very high in inulin, so it's good for a diabetic who likes potatoes. You can fool yourself into thinking you're eating potatoes. They taste very similar. And before my back went totally out, I'm repotting my solo cup peppers. That's my own stash. All sorts of varieties here. They don't seem any worse for wear, having been manhandled. Charlie built these 5-gallon bucket stands for me. And you know, life is a learning experience. We are learning that the Home Depot buckets, which that was, do not stand up to the weather. In just 1 or 2 years they crumble when you touch them. But the firehouse buckets, so far in their 3rd year, are just as strong as they were when they came to us. So these are peppers we repotted. And these are peppers that came through the winter in their 5-gallon firehouse sub buckets. Some of them were in basic black buckets. And you see they're leafing back out. So that's a really quick tour. So I hope you found some inspiration today, and thanks for joining us in the garden in the rain. And if you like what you're seeing, hit that subscribe button down there. Hit the bell so you don't miss any of our videos that are coming in, and give us a thumbs up. What do you say? Help us grow this channel. Thank you for your time. See ya.